Hey everyone, my name's Alistair, and welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Last time we struggled with Eve in greed mode, but we managed to do it. This time around, I was thinking, as you can see in the picture here, we've got one thing left to do in the cathedral. I think it's one at least. So I was looking through the characters we've not done either the cathedral or Shoal with, and the only one is, unfortunately, Blue Baby. So we're going to be trying to do a cathedral run with this wee guy, and let's hope for the best, because it's not usually the most fun, but I guess we'll see. You know, like, it could go okay. It should go okay, considering how long I've played the game for, but that doesn't often end up being as reliable a marker as you'd think. Ever, really, actually. But, hey. So it is. That's completely fine. We just gotta hope for something good in the first few floors, really. There's a lot of really cool items we've still not got, both in the sense of unlocked and found. I was meaning found, but I guess it does apply to both. We definitely want to get rid of these fires before we pick up this key. It's quite a nice wee item to have on the first floor. I don't really have, you know, anything. Oh, maybe anything that makes it worth going into the shop particularly, but at least we can see. The item room is obviously the other way, so we'll check that too. Nothing particularly of note, so let's pop away. Okay. I'm really hoping for just something astonishing. I know it's too much of an ask, but I'd take it. It's a tears up, only slight, gives you a funny face. So like you know what? It could be much worse. It could be an active item that I'd never use. Let's we'll destroy these poops and then we'll head down. Okay. So the knockback from this effect is also pretty good. Who are we fighting? Larry Jr. Okay. Oh, careful. This should thankfully go okay. Oh. Ah, silly. Oh, really silly. Again, health is always the question with Blue Baby, so it's a shame to lose a full Spirit Heart on the Larry Jr. fight, but you know, you just got to adapt. You just gotta deal with it. I apologize about the coughing again. As I've said before, I seem to cough eternally. It was an okay floor. We'll see how it keeps going. I'm gonna head up, I think. God, okay. So, I'm not really sure what to talk about. That's interesting. Stuff usually naturally comes up. I guess I don't know. So it was a good episode. Thank you for watching. God, you're really not dying. There you go. Okay, we're doing okay for bombs. I'm hoping to find a tinted rock soon because I'd really like to be able to potentially spend some of my health at the devil deal. Because, you know, well, that's kind of the whole point of the game. That would be really nice, and obviously I'm... Oh, okay. Lost contact. I'm less likely to be able to do that with 2 hearts. This is a pretty cool, a cool item, actually. I'll try and... We'll see what it means without me having to try to do it too much. There, you see it's blocking... If it hits a projectile, it completely nullifies it. It's pretty nice, actually, isn't it? It does come in handy. There are instances, like, in the Hush fight, where doing it actually, is quite tricky. Because you end up not really getting so many shots through, like, because it's a more bullet hell kind of fight. So it ends up being more, you're just stopping his shots, but you're not actually damaging him. So although in most situations it's a really good item, there are situations where it's almost hindered by its own, you know, goodness, if you will. A lot of enemies here. I don't know if I'm being too harsh on Blue Baby. Maybe I am. I don't know. I feel like there's kind of a stigma around the character, and maybe I'm just kind of buying into that. Like, I've still managed to successfully do everything with him at points, and I don't recall ever being so enormously difficult. I guess it's just slightly more of a challenge. I guess the thing is, like, there are characters who are harder to play as than Blue Baby that I enjoy playing as more. And I think it's because Blue Baby probably falls just in that kind of area where it's slightly harder, but slightly more boring. Like the Lost and the Keeper, for example. I've always really enjoyed playing as, even though the Lost in particular used to be very much harder than it is now. The Keeper's still hard. I quite often would start runs with them just to try and do it because of the challenge. But I would never do that with Blue Baby because, you know, it's like, it's still doable, just a bit annoying. We probably wouldn't be able to take anything here. I don't think we would have anyway. Again, we will take Sacrificial Altar at some point. I just need to check again what it does. But, you know, it's an okay first 2 floors. We've got the Flooded Caves here, which is bad. We'll check out what's in here. That's probably not worth it. But we are going to need a bit more than what we have right now if we're going to hope to be successful in the coming runs. I think that much is a given. Lost Contact actually kind of takes a lot of the fear away from this room, which is nice. Because you do stress a bit about the projectiles from close quarters. But that's, so yeah, it's a good item to have. Oh. Thankfully, I don't wear contact lenses. I don't know, like, if this is a particularly common opinion. I imagine it is to an extent. I'm very iffy with my eyes, in the sense that my eyes are like, I wear glasses, but my eyes, you know, work relatively okay. A lot better than some people who have to wear glasses. But, like, the idea of contact lenses, I've never once touched my eye, right? In the sense of touched my eyeball. Like, and I don't have a, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't have a large enough sample size to tell you if that is normal or to tell you if that is weird. But from my small sample size, apparently it's a little bit weird. Like, I just can't do it. I don't know, there's like a mental block, and I can't let other people near my eyes either. Getting eye drops is immensely stressful for me. And the idea of wearing contact lenses is just really, I don't know. I like, now I wear glasses. My vision is like minus 1.25 and minus 1.5, I think. Like, so it's good enough to kind of, you know, I could exist without glasses, but it's not massively convenient, right? So I'm kind of at the point now where I wear glasses every day for everything, essentially. But I imagine that I don't ever think I will get to the point where I'm content to wear contact lenses. So I think that's just now I wear glasses for the rest of my life. Which I don't really mind, actually. It's annoying when you start, as you'll know if you've had to start wearing glasses, particularly later in life, that they feel so uncomfortable. And it's not like that the glasses themselves are uncomfortable, but it's the concept of constantly having something on your face is quite difficult to, I don't know, adapt to after however many years of something not being persistently on your face. But nowadays I don't even really realize, which is quite nice. And almost in terms of like a kind of look thing, I now feel like I look strange without glasses. I don't know. Because I mean, you'll probably understand the kind of thing where when you had pals at school when you were young who wore glasses and then took them off, and then you looked at them like, what the fuck is wrong with your face? Like, why are your eyes so small? It's that kind of thing. Now I look at myself like that. It's really interesting considering I didn't have glasses from almost my entire life. But yeah, I don't know. I think glasses are pretty cool. I'm definitely not the kind of person who's adventurous enough or could pull off, like, wacky glasses, as cool as I think they are. Maybe I'd need to have a bit more glasses confidence. Right now I just have basic kind of black rimmed glasses. But I'd love to one day, like, have cooler glasses, or, you know, maybe even a variety of glasses, if you get what I mean. Like, I could pick on the day. I'm not particularly the most fashion-conscious person. I have a very simple style of dress, but it'd still be cool to have, you know, more individual glasses. Our health is so bad. Lockdown. Fantastic, thank you. I'll check out what's going on in here. It's probably worth it. Well, I mean, it's definitely worth it. Objectively, it's worth it. I don't know why I went in here, because I knew there wasn't going to be anything good in it. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I quite enjoy the whole glasses process now. And I find eye tests weirdly fun. Maybe that's a strange thing. I've always just loved being asked things. I know that sounds strange, but like, it doesn't matter what about. I'm gonna die, by the way. We're gonna have to redo this, I think. Yeah, okay. That looked deliberate, but it wasn't. Yeah, I've always been really keen on being asked questions and quizzed. I don't know why. And an eye test, as stupid as it sounds, is kind of like, for me at least, it's like I'm just being asked questions, and I'm having a great time. This is fantastic. So I've always been quite keen on eye tests. I'm not due another one for about 6 months, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's dreadfully boring conversation, but hey, you're here. My captive audience. But it's always weird with vision getting worse. I think there's a lot of like weird myths, I guess you would say, around why your eyes get worse. Like, the thing you probably hear most is about screens, right? A thing I heard a lot as a child from various people was sitting too close to a screen and like your eyes go square. And I'm still not entirely sure what that means. I don't know if it was a phrase, like just a kind of, you know, idiom-esque kind of thing, or if it was like your eyes are literally going to become quadrilaterals if you don't stop sitting so close to screens. I've no idea. Though I can say that I've spent my entire life looking at screens, and my eyes are currently still eye-shaped, so it's looking good for me so far. But that was always an interesting. But screens, yeah, that's interesting. Black Feather and we were doing an Eve run, this Blue Baby run. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Like the other, you know, sitting too close to screens make your eyes go bad, or too much screen exposure, and that it might have an element of truth to it, or you know, be entirely true. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that the one that's like along the lines of the more you wear your glasses, the worse your eyes become because they rely on glasses more. I'm pretty sure that one isn't true. I can't, again, I'm like 90% sure. I can't say for certain. But I think it just kind of happens almost, you know? We'll take Double Moon, I think. We're probably gonna have more chance to make something good out of that. We don't have a bomb to... Double Moon gives you 2 secret rooms and a floor. We don't have the means to check it out yet, but... Right, TNT, thank you. We'll just keep doing it from below in this kind of room, because we don't really have the space, if I'm being honest, to mess about too much with trying to get him to run sideways. But hey, this is going alright. Oh. Yeah. Oh, jeez. You know, go on, you can do it. We're gonna let the wee bird deal with this. Again, it's not a great situation, and I don't want to constantly be redoing the first few floors with Blue Baby. That's not entertaining to play or watch. But Cube of Meat, provided I don't play stupidly, which I will, is pretty good, a nice damage dealer. And, you know, I'm too orbital happy. I can't help it. It's because they just do so much more damage. Oh, okay. I didn't expect him to get through as quickly. That one I'll take full responsibility for. It wasn't even really orbital based, it was just me being dumb. Okay. Oh, I thought it was going the other way. Okay, again, I'll take responsibility for that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, this isn't a fun room. Okay. This is weird. I'm losing a lot of health here. Right. Are you oh my god. Okay. Let's try again. That did take me entirely by surprise. I swear I'm not taking the piss here and dying deliberately. I do have over 1,000 hours in the game, but it doesn't mean I'm good at it. Okay. This is the real Isaac. This is the unfiltered Isaac. Piggy bank is, I mean, like, I would rather have almost anything else, but fine. You know, we do need to donate money at some point, so if it doesn't end up giving us more money, then yeah, sure, that's nice. But it's hardly what you want from your first item room, is it? 3 cents. Got a key. We'll check if anything's in this shite. Oh, there is a coin in there. How nice. Obviously, this is probably a secret room. We're not going to check the shop. Well, not obviously, but we aren't going to check the shop. Man, I don't know what to do if we die again. That's going to be it's going to be a waste of everyone's time. I'd rather go for a card, so I will move this TNT. It moves very slowly, and it's quite hard to move as well. Maybe I think it's easier if you use the directional pad rather than the analog stick, but Temperance, not good with Blue Baby, unfortunately. Oh, that's actually really kind of helpful. Huh. I'll take that. Oh, I'd love a bomb. Please, can I have a bomb? Please? I don't know why I'm asking you particularly. You're not giving me a bomb, but the room might. No. I'd really like to get that tinted rock through there. I might actually end up going to the shop on this floor. Oh god, I don't want to. I don't have the time. This is so boring. This is, in a lot of ways, my least favorite mini-boss fight in the entire game. Regardless of how hard any others are. This is not a hard fight, but it takes so long, and it's always on the first fucking floor. And you're just sitting there like, I was gonna try and enjoy my day today, but I guess now I'm not. Oh, God. It's so boring. It's so boring. Why? And you don't get anything good from it, unless I get Shoop de Whoop, in which case I'm abandoning Poop instantly. But it'll probably end up just being a troll bomb, right? Yeah. Oh, add a coin, thank you. Okay, let's, I guess we'll get those. We'll head back down to the shop. If there's a spirit heart, I'll buy it. I might even buy a bomb as well. Okay, there is a bomb. Where do I want to do it, though? I could go for the secret room. Or I could just do the tinted rock. The tinted rock is likely to give me, if it doesn't give me spirit hearts, it will give me bombs / keys. So I think it's a safer bet to do this. 2 bombs, okay. You see, and I'll use one of them. Now, let me head back into this room. Where do I think's more likely? Well, it has to be here then. Yeah. 5 cents. So what that was a really roundabout way of doing was getting a free bomb. Funny enough. Because now we have the 10 cents we started with, but just an additional bomb. This might be a secret room as well, but I'm not going to bother trying it. What, we're 18 minutes, 19 minutes or so into this, and we're just about fighting the first boss again. Love it. This is Champion Duke of Flies. It's still a bit annoying. It shouldn't be too hard, it just takes a while again. That's always one of the things that is an interesting debate with games, like the illusion of difficulty based on time. Or, like, you know, a lot of fights in Isaac aren't particularly hard, they just take a while, but I feel like it's really easy to conflate time spent, oh god, time spent doing something and difficulty. Like, something that's easy, that takes a few hours, can you really say that that is hard in the same way that you would say, like, I don't know, something objectively more difficult, I don't have an example, is hard? I don't know, it's a tough question. I don't think it really matters too much. It's hard in its own way. It might not be hard in the sense of difficulty unless you're like specifying that it's, oh yes, that's what we're looking for. Unless it is hard in that way. But I guess there are different ways things can be difficult. Curse of the Blind, we're still going to take it, whatever it is. Anemic, it doesn't really matter. Anemic's a range upgrade. That's something I forget until I pick it up every time, because who would ever care about Anemic? Obviously now, we're in a good position. We've got Magic Mushroom, we've got good damage, we're faster. I'm feeling generally better about it. We've got petrified poop, which is the best trinket in the game, of course. Hashtag sarcasm. And let's just keep moving on. We're in an okay situation. Devil Deal is going to be a tricky one because I can't see it. And I don't enjoy spending Devil Deal blind, especially with a character like Blue Baby. I might, nonetheless. If there's like one option, I might take it. If there's more, I might end up letting the indecision getting the better of me. Decision is a really hard word for me to say, by the way. This is something funny. When I've done the analysis videos before, I'm very specific with the script. And every time there are certain words that I try not to use because I stumble over myself when I say them. And decision is one of them. I can't say it quickly. I have to slow down and really get all of the sounds out. I end up saying decision or something every single time. But I guess, you know, that's just, everyone's got words they find hard to pronounce. It's quite normal. Oh, small rock. A speed down, but a tears up and a damage up. Now that's the kind of damage stat I like to see. I was more hoping for a donation machine in here, if I was being honest. But we'll take not having one. Great. See, now we're pod racing. This is nice. A lot of damage with each hit. Sometimes this tinted rock's all the way over there, and you're like, am I really going to spend 5 bombs to get that? I will do this. Yeah, there was always the chance of that. Makes it a bit worth it. I'm going to just ignore you, unfortunately. I'd rather keep the money for other stuff, which is bad, I know, but that's about worth it. I will do this, definitely. So now we have 7 hearts, 20 coins, good damage stat. We've not even beat the second boss. Oh, and there's a special rock there. This is Champion Dingle. He only shoots at you the once. I keep on saying shoots, but I mean like goes after you. You know, like zooms. But luckily we've got great damage, so he's dead. And lots of money. This is the run I wanted at the beginning. We are 22 minutes in, but we'll take that. Betrayal, it's a bit shit, if I'm being honest. I don't really like Betrayal as an item. I'm gonna leave those. Okay. This is pretty good, right? We've got Latchkey, which gave us more health. So we ended up being in the exact same position of health before we took a Devil Deal. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just hope we're, you know, gonna keep finding interesting stuff. I probably won't, but, you know, that's the classic optimism you've come to expect from this channel. So, what was this again? Silver dollar? Feels lucky? I don't know. I'll probably take it. I know petrified poop's good, but I don't, fuck it. You know, like, I can't remember what this does. Do you know what? I have Platinum God up. Let me quickly look. Silver dollar. Right. This is, while held, shops will now appear on the womb floors. Oh, okay. That's probably helpful. I think we could keep that. Got to remember that this is a cathedral run as well, so we are to go up, not down, when we beat Mum's Heart. These are always kind of tricky. Tricky rooms because you can never do them quick enough unless you have an effect like Brimstone or some kind of piercing shot. But, you know, it didn't end up being too tricky. Again, no donation, but I feel like we'd end up getting a net positive from Humbling Bundle. Maybe. So that's also worth doing because we get 2 bombs. You see? Pro strats. This is what they call MLG Binding of Isaac. Imagine that. This is funny. Me and 2 of my friends once signed up to do a pro Rocket League contest shortly after Rocket League came out in like late summer 2015. And it was hysterical because, you know, we were like okay at the game. We won most games we played together. Oh, that was poor. I didn't think he'd hit me. We won most games we played together. But we ended up coming against someone in the first game who was like, you know, like streaming it and like had that kind of whole pro streamer vibe. And we lost like 11-0. It was really funny. So that's my one experience with professional gaming. It was mostly for a laugh, but I think we were kind of honestly expecting to do a little bit better. But when they were doing all of like the in-air juggling shit and blah blah, like it was too much for us. We could beat normal people, but we couldn't beat people like that. But it was funny because we've been practicing for like 2 days. We were like, it was. Oh no, it's probably a waste to take. Well, not a waste, but it doesn't give you the. I found that most runs I've had Cricket's Head or Magic Mush, I've also had the other, which is really interesting. A bit annoying almost, because, you know, they're it's like the two buses coming at once kind of thing. But yeah, speaking of buses, I quite enjoy public transport, which is a weird thing, because I don't really particularly like spending time with people. Like I'm thoroughly an introverted type. And I know that doesn't really mean too much about going on a bus. But generally, like, I guess I don't drive, I can't drive, so I take public transport, you know, whenever I need to get places on my own. And yeah, I live in Edinburgh, I've said before, which has, I'm actually going to re-roll for something better, which has, in my opinion, like the best bus system. Sorry, my my voice is going. The best bus system of any city I've ever been in, personally. I know I've got bias because I live there, but it's really, really great. Really? Curse of the Tower? I can't take that because I can't recover my health. What a waste of resources, but that's okay. You know, we adapt. I keep on saying we adapt. But yeah, buses. Edinburgh has a really good bus system called Lothian Buses. It used to be a lot cheaper, but, you know, we've had to, you know, things have changed. And it's always weird having the hollow in this diagonal, like going diagonal in this room. But, like, it's a kind of, like, straight fare system. I feel like other cities do it, too. I think Rome does it. Where, like, every journey costs, like, I think it's 170 or 180 now. And it doesn't matter how far you're going. Sorry about that. You can hear my voice going again. I don't know what's wrong with it. So that basically you could go across the whole city and it would cost you barely anything, or like a quid if you're a kid. A quid if you are not from the UK means a pound. One unit of money. Quid is just slang. Man, I'm so sorry about my voice. I don't know why this happens. Who could tell you? Not me. Otherwise I would have. That's nice. Oh, it's really nice. What a lovely room. But yeah, in terms of transport, I don't know. I don't have a fear of flying, right? I understand objectively that flying is safer than most other forms of transport. So I'm not really too iffy about flying, but I don't enjoy being on planes. This is partly like a, you know, claustrophobia kind of thing, and partly like a, well, I guess the biggest thing is I have my biggest phobia is sick, or being sick, right? Or being around vomit in any sense. I find I can't really do it. And I'm always very worried about planes for this reason. Thankfully, I have never had to deal with someone being sick near me or me being sick on a flight. But the idea, I do find very stressful. So sometimes I struggle to enjoy flights, especially like if I'm, you know, I like to sit in the aisle personally, quick escape and all that. But like in the same sense, I have to use a stick to walk, so I also have to sit in the aisle for that reason. So it's kind of, you know, they end up going together quite well. But I struggle with flights for that reason. You know, like the only way I'm kind of scared of flying is scared of having to deal with someone puking into a bag next to me, right? Rather than anything else. For the same reason, I'm sometimes a bit stressed with boats. But like, I don't really mind. It's, you know, it's still very manageable. Oh, parasitoid, that's what we're talking about. Like, I'll still get on a flight. Like, that's no problem. But it's just, yeah. I don't know. Transport's an interesting one. I can't drive for, like, medical reasons, but I'm kind of glad, in a way. If we're talking about transport that stresses me out, nothing stresses me out more than the concept of driving. Like, I find it such a scary idea. I don't know. Like, I find being in a car, like, my girlfriend drives, and she's a very good driver, so, like, I don't feel at all, you know, worried when I'm in the car with her. But I don't trust myself. so, like, I feel like if I had to drive a car and I had people, you know, I cared about in the car, I'd just be like, I'm gonna kill him. And, you know, like, not a kind of, I'm going to murder them willingly kind of way. Like, they're going to die because of my mistakes kind of thing. I know that's, you know, very, like, neurotic to think, but I do think cars are scary, right? Like, that isn't just me. Surely. I don't know. I think it's also the idea of cars, I think, are the transport where the more, like, you could get seriously injured without doing anything wrong yourself. And that idea really bothers me, right? You know what I mean? It's like someone else could fuck up and you'd be suffering the consequences. And I know that happens regardless of whether you're driving or not, but that is scary. I think it's scary, at least. But I am quite like I don't know if anxious is the right word, but I guess risk averse. That's the way to say it. I always have been. I was not the kind of child who would climb trees because I was aware that you could fall off trees and injure yourself. Oh well, I thought he'd eat that, but he didn't. That kind of thing, and I'm still like that. I tend not to put myself in any situation where I could even remotely get hurt. But I guess that's just like an inherent trait of mine. Little Chad, okay. Who knows? Interesting. I'm probably... Okay, I've got a plan. It's a weird plan. I'm gonna play this. Firstly, I'm gonna get a lot of money from it. Okay, we'll take the virus. And then we'll take the nail. And then we'll take dead cat. And then we're gonna use the nail. And then we're gonna use... Well, we're gonna take that. We're gonna keep the nail, of course, because it's a good way to get health. But now we have the virus, dead cat, and the nail. And we did spend about as much as we'd have normally spent on a devil deal. Like, we still have 3 hearts now. So, I thought that went pretty well. But yeah, like, it's funny because, you know, like, there are situations in which, you know, I'm less risk averse, but if it's the kind of thing where I have very little trust in my own body, and if it's the kind of thing where I could potentially fall or something, like, some people, you see people, like, this is a very vague example, sitting on, like, ledges or something, where there's not an insignificant fall or distance to the ground from the ledge, right? And that blows me away. I know that's a very vague description, and you might not have any idea what I mean, but shit like that is bonkers. I don't know how people could ever do that. I know what this is me just displaying my rampant neuroses, but man, like, that's just, I don't know. I find it really, really hard to understand. I thought that would be a secret room. God. That's probably worth it for 3 bombs? Funny enough? Like, oh. Okay. It's a weird place for that to be. Wow. Talking about money. Brilliant. Well, I hope we get... Have we donated already? I think we've donated and it's jammed, isn't it? Shit. One good thing, at least, we're gonna have to go back in it to get through. One good thing is that we now have shops on the womb floors. So... Alright, and one more time. So that's pretty good. So we'll still hopefully get a chance to spend the money. I'm really surprised that's not a secret room. Maybe it was and I got it in the wrong place, but I don't think I did. Parasitoid obviously coming in handy. Such a good item. Oh, jeez. I didn't expect that last-minute turn, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I kind of really fancy playing? Hyrule Warriors. I know that sounds like... I'd never played kind of the Dynasty Warriors games or anything. I know this is completely out of nowhere. But it's completely out of nowhere for you. I've wanted to play it again for about a year. But I love Hyrule Warriors. I got it back in like 2014. I think it was like September 2014 when it came out first. And then I got the definitive edition again when I got my Switch. But unfortunately, some of you might know that in January last year, our flat was broken into, and we were robbed of essentially everything valuable in the house. So like all like my game consoles, like about 90% of my games, like computer, laptop, like the whole, everything was taken. We were left with almost nothing, and I thankfully had very helpful, you know, people in my life who, you know, managed to help me out. You know, you learn who you can rely on, right? And basically, Hyrule Warriors was, of many, one of the games that was taken, but it was annoying because I was playing it on and off at the time. Like, I'd been playing it for about 6 months, like every so often, like once every few days for like a wee bit, and, you know, making my way through it. And I feel like it's kind of the worst time to have to stop playing a game is when, like, you don't have the choice about when you stop, right? It's fine if you just, you know, decide, oh, I don't really fancy playing this anymore, but when that choice is wrest from you, you kind of, you know, that's disappointing. It's quite difficult to accept, almost. I don't know if that sounds too dramatic, but I don't know. I shouldn't be spending all these bombs, probably. I'll get that, and I'll get that. And then we'll check in here. Oh, there we go. That's nice. So, yeah, like, but even though I was, you know, I had a lot of help with funds for getting things back, there's still about half of my games I've not been able to get back still. So, like, Hyrule Warriors is one of them. So I'd really like to get that back at some point, because it's really fun. I know that there's like Persona 5 Scramble or whatever it is, like, coming out as well, which I'd also be really keen on playing. I didn't think I'd enjoy that kind of game, but it turns out if I like the kind of IP, then it turns out I do. I don't think I probably enjoyed Dynasty Warriors, because I don't know what Dynasty Warriors is, or Dynasty. I don't know if it's Dynasty or Dynasty. But yeah, I doubt I'd enjoy that. But I mean, I love Persona. I love Zelda. So it's just like a spin-off, isn't it? It's like how Mystery Dungeon's really good. And that's it again, Mystery Dungeon's, it's already, wait, yeah. Mystery Dungeon Remake already came out, didn't it? A little while ago. Oh god, another Amnesia floor? Oh god. But like, as a kid, I loved Mystery Dungeon, like, just because it was Pokemon. I probably wouldn't have played it if it was, you know, not Pokemon as the concept. Oh wow. I'm almost considering just leaving. I'll just go down. That's maybe a rogue play, but, you know, like, I can't see the map. I don't like not seeing the map. It's fine. Oh, betrayal. We're doing okay for health and everything. We were doing good for damage, 11.51. It's enough to beat, you know, floors from this point on. Or it should be, at least. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll probably just go down. Shame about no devil deal. That's unfortunate. But yeah, since the robbery, there's still a lot we haven't managed to get back. And a lot of games, like a lot of Switch games. Like Octopath, I still didn't get back. I did, oh god, can I? Yeah. I did a video on Octopath around last December, and like, that was taken, and it was kind of like, you know, I'd finished it, I'd completed the game, and then it was taken, and I was like, I probably don't immediately need this back, right? You know what I mean? So I kind of put it off, because, like, I got a very generous amount of help with it, but you know, with absolutely no intention of sounding at all ungrateful. I'm more grateful than I can possibly explain to those who helped. But, like, there still wasn't enough, because games and consoles and, you know, electronics generally, valuables that I'd been collecting my entire life were gone. So, like, you know, that takes a lot to recoup. So it was a lot of, like, Switch games that I'd got more recently, and Switch games are obviously a bit more expensive, but that I'd played more recently. But, like, recently I like watching speedruns, right? And I'd been getting into watching Super Mario Odyssey speedruns, and it made me really want to replay the game, so I managed to get that again, like, around Christmas time. But, yeah, there's still a lot to get back, but I'd love to replay Octopath, actually. Octopath was really good. But, you know, that's just how it is. There's a lot of other people who have it worse. But if you've not played Hyrule Warriors and you're into the Zelda games, I'd really recommend it. I don't know, there's just, like, an itch. You know, sometimes, I often use the word craving for it, like I have since I was young, when you have I've always, like, I have a persistent crave to play Final Fantasy, right? Like, it doesn't matter which, just, to be playing a Final Fantasy game. Sometimes multiple at a time, if that's what the situation depends. Like, depends, it requires, sorry, depends was not the right word. And sometimes I get cravings for other games too, it turns out. And they're often games like that. I mentioned a few episodes ago about how I'm very completion driven when I play games. I play games for fun above all else, like, you know, but the fun for me comes from completing tasks, right? And Hyrule Warriors is, like, kind of almost like Isaac in a way, in the sense that there's, oh god, I don't know how we didn't get hit there. There's so much to do, there's so much to complete, there's so many, like, challenge maps. It makes me kind of, like, it makes my head just be like, oh yes, like, just thinking about it. So that would be nice. But I guess it's just something, you know, gotta save up for. I guess, it depends. Like, I'm naturally frugal anyway. I don't live an entirely ascetic lifestyle, because what's the point? But I live, you know, more ascetically than I think most. So I don't know. I thought there was meant to be a shop. Wait. That was the shop. Ignore me. I didn't even realize that was a shop. Well, that was the shop. I was just being stupid. We're gonna pop the nail for the slight damage increase. Obviously, Skolex is a fucker, so it's gonna be hard to damage him until he does his wee tail out. Even when he's moving, though, it's really hard to still hit him. I think there's, like, an angle. Are you gonna... I haven't even had a chance, mate, yet. Come on. Oh, God. I didn't expect you there. There again? Right. Whoa, good. Do you wanna... This is ridiculous, right? This isn't just me. He hasn't... There we go. Only need 2 more of them, which should be in about 4 years. So... Come on. Anytime, pal. Whenever you're ready. I've got time. I've got time. It's okay. This is one of the slowest Skolex fights I think I've ever seen. And it's still gonna take another go. Oh yeah, I've got Epiphora, I forgot about that. So Epiphora is an item where if you shoot in the same direction for long enough, you can see, watch the tier stat on the left. Your tier stat keeps improving. It's an interesting one. Cracked Axe will give us health and whatever that is. Krampus. That was easy. I would rather have the nail because of the health. So, not even going to pick it up. Right, so this is going pretty well. We've only got 2 floors left. If we were to get a void after the Isaac fight, I still don't think we'd do it. I'm not sure it's that kind of run. Yeah, we've got great damage. The egg tears as well are so helpful. They're one of my favorite tier effects. so nice. That went okay. I guess we'll take the big route down, probably. That's probably the way we're actually meant to go. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. Sure. This is an interesting room. I'm not sure I've ever seen this layout. Oh? Okay. Thanks, I think. Oh, man. Yeah, we're strong. This is a strong run. Arcade there. We're gonna get hit here, of course. It's a rite of passage to get hit in that room every time you go in it. We're gonna blow this up, of course. We're gonna blow this up, of course. Oh, we're not, apparently. And we're gonna spend some money at this. I wouldn't mind getting the crystal ball. I'd take that instead of the nail, probably, funny enough. I'm happy to spend, like, another, like, nearly to 50. We'll just see. There's always the chance of it breaking as well, so... So, you seen any good TV recently? We'll stop at 60. Right. That's a decent amount. Wheel of Fortune. We'll just pop next to that. So that was the devil I had. Strength. 2 of diamonds, okay. 2 of hearts, don't need. Death. I know it's not min-maxing, but I'll use 2 of diamonds now. I'll take the strength card, probably. 2 of diamonds, you know, like... if we get a reroll machine at the shop, it's going to give us lots of options at the shop, which is nice. As I say, I think we've, unfortunately, already donated and it was full. Unless that was one of the previous runs that we died on. I don't remember, but I think it was this one. Right. Again, red guys, the wee red floating guys, you don't have to kill. You can, but you don't have to. You just have to kill every other enemy, and then they'll fuck off. Try down this way. I'll just let them do that. Use the nail again in here. Now, you've got to keep moving around the edge of this room. That's a tricky one, right? Because the eyes don't move quite as quickly as you do, so you have time to outrun them. It's just, you know, tricky to actually do it. Oh god, I hate these enemies with a passion. We've got 1 of them or 2 of them? I'm not sure. Okay, just yeah, there's 1 left. Fantastic. We're in a great position for health because of the nail. That 1 devil deal ended up going really, really well. Obviously, we've not had any more guppy stuff yet. Soon we're going to actually start using sacrifice rooms, which is quite exciting. We've not had cause to yet. I've wanted to wait until we get to the final floors. And then we can start exploring a whole new part of the game, which is really exciting. The actual, you know, what's closer to the actual end game. There's the shop. We'll use this in here, just because might as well. Great. I probably should have not picked up that money, but again, I'm fine to not min-max. Right. Do you know what? I'm going to pick this up because I never use it. And I feel like I'd never pick it up otherwise, and that's just a good way to not have to ever pick it up again. It's like spider mod. We'll check what that is. 2 of spades, sure. As you can tell, we have 94 keys. We're quite good for that. Box of... No. Ignore me. I was going to maybe consider taking that, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to take PhD as much as I enjoy PhD. We'll take the school bag because we don't have that yet. School bag means that you get a second active item. How do you switch between them? Is it R2? I'll check by picking up the jar. So jar, R2? Yeah. R2 at least if you're playing on, you know, with a controller. Take that, we'll take that, we'll take that, we'll take that. And we'll see what this pill is. We might as well spend the money. We're not going to use it elsewhere. Hive Mind is actually really good with Parasitoid, so this run is a win. And now, I would actually, even though we've been going for 49 minutes, and you probably just want to turn the video off, if we got the Void after Isaac, I would consider doing it. But maybe I shouldn't. We'll see. Probably leave it, but it's a possibility. Now that was strong. Right, let's head up. It did take 3 goes to get the run we wanted, but hey, we've managed to most likely succeed with Blue Baby. We're just gonna head straight there. Now, unfortunately, this is dead even. I'm more inclined to go right. There's more bigger rooms that way, and I often feel like they want you to suffer. So, we'll see. Okay. But, you know, we're not going to waste time. We've got a quick run, so we're just going to go fast through this. There's no point doing every room. We've got what we need to beat the boss. So, and we've already been going 50 minutes, so we're going to not fuck about. At least try not to. Yeah, a good Epiphora will come in handy at the Isaac fight as well, for the first few stages of it at least, because we'll be just at the left-hand side of the screen, shooting right. Oh god, what an awful enemy. Friends till the end, that's nice. Have we gone the right way? We have, yay! Whew, that was nasty. Still one of the ghosties. Oh, I was about to say, I don't know where they are. Turns out now I do. Oh, you see? A little sneaky. Do you see the X on this rock? Very hard to spot. Nice. Okay. We're gonna use the nail, we're gonna use strength, and we're gonna shoot in the one direction. And I don't even really mind about taking a little bit of damage here and there, but mostly here. There I go again. Just for the upped tier rate, Isaac should be done probably the next go, actually, with the spiders and that. Yeah, hey, there we go, a success. It ended up being a 33-minute run, it just took us 19 minutes to get to that run. So now that is the final Just Cathedral run done. That was a mouthful. So Isaac now holds the D6. Brilliant. Polaroid. Challenge 27, challenge 35. I actually forgot that that was how we got the D6. But I'm really happy it is, because Isaac with the D6 becomes an actually interesting character. So I think before we do Dark Room and Chest, I'll do a challenge or some challenges in the next run. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribing or commenting. And until next time, thank you.